All right, I'm going to share with you guys what I truly believe. Now, there's a lot of talk about all the prophecy happening over there with the third temple being built and the red heifers and so on and so forth. Well, we know that the Antichrist is a counterfeit and that everything he does, the false signs, lying wonders, is a counterfeit. Well, why do we think that the temple is the actual temple? Okay. So look at 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. What temple are we talking about here? Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who exalteth, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. Now that word God is 2316 in the Greek, that is the supreme divinity, or that is worshipped, so that he as God, not God, as God, sitteth in the temple of God. Okay, that's the divine supreme being showing himself that he is God. Wait a second. What is the temple of God? The true God. Where is the temple of the true God? Is that what they're going to build? No. That's not the temple of the true divine supreme being. That's a makeshift temple that they're going to build for the Antichrist. What and who is the temple of God? The people. 1 Corinthians 3:16 says that we are the temple of God and the Spirit of God dwells in us. He does not dwell in temples made with hands, Acts 7:48. So how is this temple that they are supposedly going to build the temple of the true God? It's not. It's not. The temple of the true God, the physical temple, was destroyed, and Jesus says, after that, I'll raise this temple up. He was talking about himself. And then after he raised and ascended and he said he was the temple, then Paul writes by revelation that we are the temple, the believers. 1 Corinthians 3:16. And Paul and Peter says that God does not dwell in temples made with hands, so all of a sudden he's going to dwell in a makeshift counterfeit temple for the Antichrist. That's not the temple of God, guys. It says here that the Antichrist, look it, sitteth in the temple of God, the true God. How is the Antichrist going to sit in the temple of the true God? Because that's not it. The temple that they're building that everybody's so focused on is not the temple of the true God. It's talking about the believers. This is spiritual, guys. This is talking about the Antichrist, and I'm sorry to say, but this is talking about the vaccines and the mark of the beast. That is what that is talking about. Notice how Paul never says mark of the beast, but he takes you all the way through the tribulation. Well, he says it right here. That's what he's talking about. How does the Antichrist inhabit people? Through the technology that they're putting in people, nanotechnology. That's what this is. The mark of the beast inside your hand or in your forehead. Because the Antichrist is not going to be sitting in the true temple of God when they build some building over there. That's not it. The whole question, riddle to this is, what is the temple of God? The true God. Well, they ain't building it over there. That's all an abomination and a counterfeit and a deception. So again, when you get to the book of Revelation, you have to use your spiritual eyes. It says that they defiled the temple of God. It's not talking about what they're building. It's talking about the people, you guys. So forget all this prophecy that you can see. You're going to miss it. You're missing it. People are missing the truth. They're looking with their carnal eyes. They're deceived. They're all deceived. Well, most people are deceived. Some people see this. That's the whole issue right there. The whole thing is, what is the true temple of the true God? And it's not what they're building over there. That's all a counterfeit. The temple is the people, it's you. And Jesus says he was going to raise the temple up, talking about himself. That's it. We're in Christ and Christ is in us. And whether we get taken out of here with the rapture and it goes back to the Jews like the dispensational theology teaches, it doesn't matter. They're still the temple. Even if we're not here, they're still the temple. It's the people